back to High School Math Analyzers. Today we'll be reviewing data problem sets. Problem number 1, comparing data sets. A music group recorded the ages of its fans on 2 different concert nights. The results for Monday and Tuesday were put into 2 separate box plots below. Which of the following is true about the interquartile ranges of both box plots? In order to solve this problem, we will need to understand what exactly is a box plot. They are used to show groups of numerical data through their quartiles, which means percentiles, and averages. It's also known as box and whisker plot. This will help us understand what are the parts of a box plot. Let's start with minimum and maximum. Minimum is the smallest number in the dataset. Maximum is the largest number in the dataset. Medium is given to us. It is also the middle number when the data is arranged from least to greatest. It is known as the 50th percentile. Now let's talk about quartiles. Quartiles is also known as percentiles. The lower quartile is the medium of the first half of the set. It is known as the 25th percentile. The upper quartile is the medium of the second half of the set. It is known as the 75th percentile. To get the interquartile range, or IQR, we will be subtracting the upper quartile by the lower quartile. Now let's look at what the question is asking us. It is asking us which of the following is true about the interquartile ranges of both box plots. So what we need to find for this question is the interquartile ranges. Let's find what the interquartile range for Monday's box plot. Remember that the interquartile range equals to the upper quartile minus the lower quartile. Now the upper quartile is right here. It is not on a check mark, but we see that it is between 32 and 34. So I would say this is 33. The lower quartile is doing the same thing. It's between 2 check marks, which means that it will be 29. So as stated before, interquartile range is equal to upper quartile minus lower quartile. Our upper quartile is 33, our lower is 29, so the interquartile range for Monday is equal to 4. Now that we found Monday's interquartile range, let's find it for Tuesday. Same thing here. Remember that the interquartile range is the upper quartile minus the lower quartile. So let's find what the upper quartile is. We see right here that this is the upper quartile, and it hits exactly at 32. Right here, we see that it is the lower quartile, and it hits exactly at 26. As stated before, interquartile range equals the upper quartile minus the lower quartile. So our upper is 32, our lower is 26. Our interquartile range will be 6. Now that we have both the interquartile ranges of both box plots, we can actually answer the question. Now let's bring up what we found and answer the question. Answer choice A, the interquartile range of the ages of Monday's fan and that of Tuesday's fan are both 30. Now we can see that that is actually false. Monday's interquartile range is 4, Tuesday's interquartile range is 6. So that answer choice is wrong. Answer choice B, the interquartile range of the ages of Monday's fan and that of Tuesday's fan are both 12. Now as stated as before, that is wrong because the Monday's interquartile range is 4, Tuesday's interquartile range is 6. So answer choice B is not the correct answer. Answer choice C, the interquartile ranges of the ages of Monday's fan is greater than the interquartile range of the ages of Tuesday's fan. So the interquartile range of Monday is greater than the interquartile range of Tuesday. Let's see if that's true. Well, Monday's interquartile range is 4, while Tuesday's interquartile range is 6. Now that is false. 4 is not greater than 6. So answer choice C is also wrong. That leaves us with answer choice D, but let's make sure it's right. The interquartile range of the ages of Monday's fan is less than the interquartile range of the ages of Tuesday's fan. Well, let's see. Interquartile range of Monday is less than interquartile range of Tuesday. We found that Monday's interquartile range was 4, and Tuesday's interquartile range is 6. Is 4 less than 6? Yes, it is. So our answer choice will be D. Problem number 2, two-way table. A high school band surveyed its students to determine their preferred theme for the upcoming winter concert. The results are displayed in a two-way table below. What are ratios and what are proportions? Well, ratios are a comparison of two quantities, whereas proportions are the equality of two ratios. So let's give some examples. For example, we can say A to B is a ratio. C to D is also a ratio. 3 to 4 is a ratio. 1 to 5 is a ratio. Now let's give an example of proportions. For example, A to B equals to C to D. That is a proportion. We can also say 1 to 2 is equal to 2 to 4. That is also a proportion. So ratios are comparison of two quantities, whereas proportions are the equality of two ratios. Let's see what the question is actually asking us. What is the probability that a randomly selected grade 10 band student, so that means we have to look at the grade 10 section, chose the theme of jazz? We'll also look at the jazz section. We see right here that there is a perfect intersection point of 30. What does the number 30 represent? Well, it represents the number of students in grade 10 that chose jazz as their preferred theme for the upcoming winter concert. Since we're finding probability, we will have a proportion. So how do we find a proportion? Well, they're asking for a randomly selected grade 10 student. We're going to need to find the total students for grade 10 that chose a theme of jazz. So students in grade 10 that chose a theme of jazz. There are 50 total grade 10 students, and the number of people that chose jazz in grade 10 was 30. So 30 divided by 50 is 0.6, or percentage is 60%, which is why our answer choice will be B, 60%. Please subscribe, hit the like button, comment, and share this video. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at High School Math Analyzers. We hope this video is helpful, and we'll see you in the next one.